welcome to my channel. Today we are taking a topic from NCERT textbook of class 7 subject science. The topic is time and motion. Now, today we will only talk about motion. Now, around you, in your surrounding, you will find many things like trees, your house, everything. What they do? They always be in their same position. So these objects are said to be at rest. Whereas, if you take the example of yourself, maybe at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning, you will be lying in your bed. But after a few while, you will be in your sitting room, or maybe after sometimes you will be in your bathroom. So you are changing your position from time to time. So that means you are in a motion. So that means what does motion says is, if an object changes its position, suppose it is in this position and after some time it be in this position. So that means their position are changing. Then we say that object to be in motion. Now in class 6 you have learned about different types of motion, like rectilinear motion, that motion which is in straight line. Then you have circular motion. Circular motion, the example is your maybe you can take the example of the fan. Then you have periodic motion, very important type of motion, periodic motion. What was that? The motion which repeats itself after a certain interval of time. So that is periodic motion. Now, examples of periodic motion are your sun, earth rotates around the sun, earth rotates around its own axis. That is in the fixed time, that is 24 hours, that we call as a day. Again, the earth revolves around the sun in 365 1 by 4 days, so that is uniform. So these are called periodic motion. Also, let us take one more example, is uniform and non-uniform motion. Now, if you ride a bicycle from your home to school, then on your way, suppose maybe sometimes in some crossings you have to wait for sometimes due to traffic, or maybe sometimes you are obstructed by some other things, so you cannot ride your vehicle in a uniform speed. So that means the time taken, or maybe suppose in the first minute you travel 1 kilometer, maybe in the other minute you might travel 100 or 200 meters. So that is non-uniform motion. But if in 1 minute you travel 1 kilometer, in the next minute again you travel 1 more kilometer, then this is uniform. Per every minute you are traveling 1 kilometer. So this type of motion are called uniform motion. Like if I take an example, you have heard of space satellite. They are launched through rockets. So rockets, they have given one uniform uniform speed, or that is called velocity. So those are uniform, but in general, what we do in our general rule, so that is mainly non-uniform. Now, let us talk about an important concept called speed. Now, let us take one more example. Suppose you have to go from your home to school. So, the distance of your home to school is suppose 1 kilometer, and the time taken by you is suppose 5 minutes. So how will you calculate the speed? Because you have seen speed in various things, like in vehicles you have seen 40 kilometer, like that, whatever it is. Now, how will you calculate the speed? Speed is calculated by the formula distance by time. That means the total distance you have taken divided by the time taken by the object. So by this formula we can find the speed. Now SI unit, as you know, distance travel, it represents length. So SI unit of length is meter, and SI unit of time is second. So the unit of speed will be meter by second, or you simply say as meter per second. Sometimes in case of vehicles and all, they are written in kilometer per hour. Now, after a few moments, we will give how to convert a particular SI unit from a particular unit to the other unit. So before that, how we can calculate speed of a vehicle or anything. So the instrument that you need to find the speed is called speedometer. Now, another more important thing, you have seen in your vehicle of your father or maybe your brother, there is one thing that some kilometers are running there. Suppose if you have got a new vehicle, after 1 month you could see there 500 or maybe 1000 like that. So that represents kilometer. So how much the vehicle has run till there. And that thing is called, that instrument is known as odometer. So with the help of odometer, we can calculate the distance traveled by the object. And speedometer is used to find the speed of the object. Odometer to find the distance traveled by the object, and speedometer to find the speed of the object. Now, what I was saying is that you have to convert from one particular unit to another particular unit. So for that, as you know, the SI unit of speed is meter per second. So what we are going to do, suppose you are given the speed of a object as 72 km per hour, and this has to be written in the SI unit meter per second. So for that, what we will do, you need some concept. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. You know this, milli, centi, deci, meter, deca, hecta, kilo. So this you know, 1 kilometer is 1000 meter. Now 1 hour, as you know, is equal to 60 minutes. But 1 minute equal to how many seconds? 60 seconds. So that means 1 hour will be equal to 60 into 60 seconds. So that means 3600 seconds. Or simply sometimes you can write S only. In general we write S, but for your understanding I am writing SSC for second. Now see here, 72 km per hour. This means the object has traveled 72 km in 1 hour. 72 km in 1 hour that means the object has traveled 72 km in 1 hour. Now what is our idea? We have to convert in meter per second. So that means what is the concept? That how much meter does it cover in 1 second? So for that 72 kilometers. So that means you have to multiply into 1000 and this will give you meter. And 1 hour. 1 hour means how many seconds? 3600 seconds. Now cancel out. Whatever can be cancelled out. 36 2 is 72. So that means 2 into 10 is 20 meter per second. So that means the object travel 20 meter in 1 second. So very easy. Now one more thing which I like to say, it is not only that you have to convert to meter per second, sometimes you have to convert the other way. In other way you have to divide. Okay, so that's all. We will continue.